Cheers, Byby. So, welcome to another episode of Byby Mymy Cooking Show.
Has been a while, hey?
I know. And today, we're going to be reviewing another champagne. So, this is a champagne from the champagne house called Perseval-Farge. They're a grower champagne, and they own vineyards in the Premier Cru region of Champagne. Okay, so we've had quite a few of their champagnes in the recent couple of years.
And this is their 07 vintage?
Yes. And this consists of 43% Chardonnay and 57% Pinot Meunier with a 4 grams per litre dosage. Right?
Yeah, and 25% wine, a reserve wine in oak.
Aged in oak, yes, and the other 75% in steel vats. So, what do you
Base
think
wine,
of this?
sorry, not reserve wine.
Base wine, yes.
Yep.
So right from the start, you can smell a lot of the oak is really coming through.
Yeah, a lot of vanilla, nougat for me, and aniseed.
Yeah, a little bit of aniseed, and also very ripe apples, right? Very ripe fruits. I would say apples.
And the wood that come through, the oak that come through has this sweet spice intertwined. So it's reminded me of this sakura cherry blossom.
The flower?
Yeah, the branch of the sakura.
You would have smelled that at my house, Debbie, right?
Correct.
Okay. So on the palate, like first of all, the color is kind of darker than most non-vintage, isn't it? It's kind of
Has a few.
Yeah,
years.
it's 2007, so it's more than 10 years. So it's kind of like a light to medium golden color.
Yep.
And on the palate is the mousse is really fine, which I really enjoy. And
a very powerful wine.
Yeah, right at the front it's a very powerful wine with very ripe fruits, especially apples really coming through for me. And the oak is also very present.
Yep.
And it's got a very long finish, but the finish is not that big. It's quite a lean and precise finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, there's still oak just carrying through the whole way, which is probably not my preferred style. I think you might like it.
Yeah, as you know, Byby, this is really my style of champagne. I really enjoy this. So for me, I would rate this champagne maybe a 95 point. Champagne.
That's very high. For me, I thought it was a really good wine, but it's just not my style.
It is a serious wine for sure.
Yeah, correct. So maybe 92 for me.
We're deviating a little bit from previous ratings,
Correct.
but still not too far off.
Oh, I'm gonna try to get Barry to cook for us tomorrow. Can you come and do the filming?
Byby, unfortunately, I'm so busy with preparing for a upcoming recital, as you can see here. If any of you, our viewers, are in Perth, come along if you want to watch me play the piano.
Beethoven Tempest.
Amongst other stuff.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like I will have to go by myself.
Enjoy cooking with Barry.
So Barry is a good friend that is also a wine reviewer, so he can cook well as well. So we're going to see what he has for us tomorrow. I'm sad that you can't come.
Next time.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Checking the freshness. I think he approves. That's excellent.
Barry, what are you going to cook today?
So tonight I'm cooking some miso salmon, man, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of sushi to go with that, and of course plenty of wine to have with that as well. So what I'm going to do now is just get the marinade ready. So basically all I'm using is just from the supermarket, some white miso paste, and that's just going to go in a marinating dish, and I'm just going to use basically probably actually more like a dessert spoonful of miso, and this is going to do enough for 6 people as a light meal. It's not a very big dish. I'll just put a little bit more. 6 people as a light meal. So then just a little bit of fresh lime from the lime tree in the garden. Not too much. You don't want to make that too astringent. I am putting a little bit of olive oil in. This is mainly just to break down the miso because it's a little bit thick. So for the marinade, I just want to make that a little bit looser. I have some salt here, but I'm actually not going to put that on. I think with the miso is quite salty, so it's probably better just to leave that, and people can add salt to their dish if they want it. But I will just put a little bit of fresh pepper in as well. And then finally, just a bit of fresh herbs. So I've got a little bit of parsley here from the garden and a bit of coriander. And
wow.
Very clever here. I've been able to grow micro herbs and lovely little leaves. But this is not actually something to be proud of. This just means my coriander's gone to seed, and this is the heads of it coming off. But it looks very pretty as a garnish. So I don't really want a lot of herb in here because I will crumb this up later, and the herbs will make it a little bit difficult for that to stick. So just a little bit of parsley, just a few sprigs of the coriander, because we can always add a little bit of fresh herbs to the dish before we serve it. So just roughly chop that up. Get it out of the way for you, Leanne. There you are. That just goes into the pot. Just get a spoon to break that up a bit. There we are. As I said, the oil is mainly just to loosen the mixture up a bit, because otherwise it's a bit hard to get it to spread evenly on the fish. So that's there. Perfect. Now all we need to do is the salmon. This is skin off, so there's basically nothing to do there. So it's literally just drop it into the marinade. Now the salmon's in the dish. I mean, look at that beautiful salmon. All I'm going to do now is just gently turn that over in the marinade and just get that to spread around a little bit. And this will just leave sitting here now for about an hour. The longer you can leave it, the better. Even if you put it into the fridge overnight, that's even better. You let the flavors really get in. And then after this has had a little bit of time to marinate, should I say, we'll then just give it a little egg wash perhaps and some crumbs. Or if you're feeling a little bit healthier, we can just put this straight into the oven in the dish that it's in, bake that up, probably about 20 minutes and it'll be perfect.
So you're saying that we have two options?
Two options. But we'll decide that after we've had a glass of wine and a bit of sushi.
Okay.
Okay, so now this has had 18 minutes in the oven at 180 degrees, and I did that to make it easy for you to remember. 18, 180. Get what I'm saying? Now it's probably a little bit overcooked, but let's have a look, shall we? I'll just get a knife.
So we didn't end up pan frying this or deep frying this or
No.
shallow?
So actually that looks pretty good. I probably would have said it's a little bit too much. So probably about 3 or 4 minutes less. But because friends are around, great wine. And I've got to say, we're having the Heemskerk 2014 sparkling with this. Absolutely beautiful. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you very much. We're going to serve this with some couscous and just a fresh salad. Good night.
Thanks, Barry.